What's up, fellas? So today we're here to talk about how to learn something new. All right, I got a guy that's in school and he's trying to study to learn something, and he's having a hard time remembering the stuff to pass it and stuff like that. And it got me thinking back to when I was taking my personal training certification. All right. And so the thing I want y'all guys to know this is, guys, the best way to learn something new is to actually learn something new. That's right, guys. I said that correctly. See, guys, when you just trying to remember some shit and you ain't really learned it, you always stand a good chance of not passing. And let's go further than that. Let's go past that. Let's say you did pass it. Let's say I didn't remember shit off of my personal training certification, and let's say I did remember everything, all right, to pass it, but I really didn't learn shit. How the hell is that gonna help me when I get with my clients? All right, I passed the fucking test. You got a certification. Good, congratulations. But guess what? You don't fucking know shit. All right, guys. So at the end of the day, guys, it's still better for you to actually learn the shit than to just be some empty vessel walking around with some piece of paper that say you know some shit. Your clients don't. Guys, I haven't had one client when I was personal training ask me what was my certifications. Your clients don't give a shit what your certifications. All they know is my shoulder hurts. What do you think I need to do for it? And you always telling me to go see the doctor ain't a proper response. All right, that's what they supposed to say. That's what you supposed to say as a personal trainer. But your client don't want to fucking hear that every time you got a little ache in your back or ache in your knee and you go see your doctor, go see your doctor, go see your... You don't fucking know shit. All right. Sometimes they want simple solutions to try first before they run their ass to the fucking doctor every other day. Every time they break a nail, every time they clip a goddamn toenail, you tell them to go see the doctor. People don't want to run to the doctor every fucking time. They actually want you to know some shit. All right, guys. So the best way to start learning this shit is to always ask yourself why and how. Why does that work that way? And how does that work that way? All right, guys. So when I was taking my personal training certifications, they want you to know basic anatomy. And so they want you to know that the chest and the lat can cause shoulder pain. All right. Now you can just remember that, but you don't know shit. So tell me, if the test just say which one of these muscle groups can cause the shoulder to hurt, the abdominals and the obliques, or the chest and the lat. Yeah, you can remember the chest and the lat, but you don't know how. All right, guys. So if you know how, which is the chest and the lat can get tight and cause internal rotation of the shoulder. See, I learned that. And so even though I'm not personal training now, I still can tell you guys that because I actually learned that. See, when people don't learn shit and they don't ask why, when they stop doing it and they ain't doing it every day, they forget the answer to it because they just remember some shit. They didn't actually take the time to learn the shit. I actually learned that shit. I wanted to know, why does this work that way? Don't just give me no fucking answers. I ask myself, all right, why? Why does a weak glute cause knee and foot pain? I ask myself why. And that's why, even though I'm not even training no more, I still can tell you guys why, because I learned it. All right, guys. So when you learn something, truly just ask yourself, when you're doing something, ask yourself, why is that? All right, me being a fucking dating coach, a lot of if you guys follow other dating coaches, the number one thing they always give you guys is reactive answers. If a woman pull back, what to do? If a woman does this, what to do? If a woman break up with you, what to do? I started asking myself, man, you know what? I want to be proactive on this shit. I want to start being reactive. I want to know, why would a woman pull back? Don't just tell me if she pull back, you pull back. How the hell that's helping me? All right. So the reason I say that, if she pull back and I pull back, and I don't know why she pulled back in to begin with, so even if I do raise her attraction by pulling back, then I'm just gonna lower her inches again. How the hell is that helping me if I don't know what's the root cause of the fucking problem? All right, if my stomach is hurting and I don't know what's causing my stomach to hurt, and I'm just taking Pepto-Bismol every fucking day, and it feels better when I'm taking the Pepto-Bismol, then you mean to tell me every fucking day I gotta take Pepto-Bismol? So if you don't know why a woman is fucking pulled back, that means that y'all gonna be just pulling back, getting back together, pulling back. What you need to know is why women pull back. And that's what I wanted to bring to the game. I don't want to just do all these reaction when a woman does this. If a woman call you 3 days later, I want to know why it took her 3 days to return my text. Why? I started asking myself, why would a woman do that? That's what, and that helps guys, because guys Skype sessions with me and shit like this, and what I'm supposed to do is just tell a guy, if she pull back, you pull back. Okay, now when she get back together, what the hell you gonna do? You ain't learned shit. You just know if she pull back, you know that your behavior, you've been acting like a little bitch, and you need to hold more of a masculine frame and get back on your fucking purpose, so that when you do get her back, she don't fucking leave no more. All right, guys. So that's how you have to take shit on. I always ask myself with anything I do, how does that work that way? Don't just tell me it worked that way. I want to know how. So get to the root cause. For any of you guys that's in school and studying and shit like this, don't try to get into this cram thing. All right. Ask yourself why. And for all you guys that's older and getting your masters or whatever the fuck you're doing, always ask why. That trying to remember shit, even if you do remember it, and even if you do pass the test, whatever you do, when you get into the real world, you just gonna be subpar. I want you guys fucking great. All right, I want you guys. I think, in my fucking opinion, I think I became the greatest trainer in the city. And I think I became that because I started asking myself why. I wanted to know why for every fucking thing. Why? All right, guys. All right. The next thing I had was a patient supporter wanted to know what to do in his spare time. All right, because he got some spare time, and so he wanted to know what to do in his spare time. He hasn't found his purpose yet, and so he wants to know what to do. All right, so I got two solutions in this situation, guys. All right, I advocate for you to, whatever your job is currently, you can either try to further your education so you can make more money in that. As in my field, when I was a personal trainer, it was always about getting more certifications so you can handle different types of crowds. So in my field, as a personal trainer, you got the correctives, you got the performance enhancement, you got the special populations. That's people who got a disability or older population and shit like that. You got a youth certification where you can train young people. So it was a lot of certification that you can get that can enhance your money. All right, and I had all of them. All right, guys, and that's why I made a lot of money. All right, if I would have just stuck with the plain certification, I would have never made as much money as I did. By me getting those other skills, it enhanced me. I probably made twice the amount of money that I would have made had I not had those other certifications, specifically the correctives. All right, guys. So if you guys have a job and you wondering what to do, first thing suggestion I would throw out there is try to enhance your skills in whatever you're doing. If you're a plumber, try to become a master plumber. If you're an electrician, try to become a master electrician. I don't even know what the phrase for that would be, but try to become a master electrician. Whatever it is, guys. If you're a nurse, try to become a registered nurse. All right. The next thing I would say is you try to live a social life of abundance. All right. And I'm going to take this from two aspects. If your job that you have makes nothing, like me when I was a bouncer in the city, which what led me to, in my spare time, to become a personal trainer, I advocate for you to try to enhance your skills to make more money. If your job you have, let's say you have a job and you make 100K, but you still have a lot of spare time on your hand, but that job isn't your passion or purpose, it's just a good job, and you have some spare time, I advocate living a social life of abundance. The reason why I advocate living a social life of abundance, if you make good money, but you ain't doing something that you're passionate about, is because when you live in a social life of abundance, you have a greater chance of finding your passion in life. All right, guys. A lot of guys sit here and ask me, hey, man, I can't find my passion, but yet they do the same fucking bullshit every day. Every fucking day is Fortnite on the fucking TV and shit, playing video games, and then I'm just mystified why I can't find my passion in life. AMS, please help me. All right, guys, when you live a social life of abundance, when you try different hobbies, when you're doing all these things, your passion finds you. All right, guys. So when I was a trainer at the gym, and once I had them built up my clients and shit like that, once I got my 40 sessions a week, on the evenings, because I was content, right? I was making good money. I was content. And this before I had started my security company. I was content. And so what I would do is I would do all these dates. I mean, it was out of control. It was 50 women a year minimum. I mean, it was just, oh my God. I don't even think I got the energy to do that shit no more. All right. And doing this allowed me to really hone in my dating skills, as in for now. And then when my guys that I was training would ask me for dating advice, they the ones would put it in my head, man, you should be a dating coach. No shit, guys. The male clients that I was training, I would come in and they knew about me dating so many women. All my clients knew I dated a lot of women, and the women would even ask me, so how many dates was it this weekend? And the guys would start asking me for dating advice, and I would tell them, and then they would put in my head, they would come back and say, hey man, that shit worked. And then they would tell me, you should be a dating coach. And that they the ones put the ideal in my fucking head, guys. So my passion just found me. All right, guys. So that's what I'm saying. If you have a content life where you making some good money, with me as a bouncer was no time for me to live a social life of abundance. I'm gonna tell you that shit now. Making 30 grand a year in New York, and that's if I worked every day, which I didn't. So I didn't make no 30 grand a year. I didn't work every fucking day because I fucking hate the job. So sometimes I just would miss a day just because. I mean, just because. Like I told you guys, when I was a bouncer, I did just enough to keep from getting fired. All right, I did just enough. He called me in, hey, you want to work overtime? Hell no, I want no goddamn overtime. No damn overtime. I want to do just enough to put food on the table. All right, I mean just enough to keep my ass from getting fired. I don't want overtime. Man, fuck no, I don't do no goddamn overtime. All right, I did it at the beginning because I wanted to get me a little nest egg. Once I got me a little nest egg and got me a few months saved up in the bank for a rainy day, fuck overtime. All right, guys. So in that aspect, when you doing some bullshit like that, oh yeah, you need to be doing something that's gonna make some more money. All right, you don't need to be worried about no social life abundance because your passion might take you 10 years to find, you guys. I'm just being serious. All right, some of you guys might be 35, 40 years old, 50 years old before you really find out something you passionate for in life. I'm just being honest. All right, I was 35 before I got on my passion. All right, so I'm just putting that out there. If you 18 and you watching this, God knows how long it might be before you find something you're actually passionate about, something that you would do for free. All right, guys. So hone your skill. Life don't wait for nobody, guys. Life don't wait for nobody. So in that aspect, I advocate for you to try to enhance your skills so you can make more money. All right. If you make decent money, but you're still doing something you're not passionate about, I advocate for you to live a social life of abundance and let your passion find you. Now, if you doing some bullshit job and you just want to live a social life of abundance, like I said, hey, listen, everybody's fucking different. All right, I'm not trying to tell you what you have to do. I'm talking about me, what I would do. Everything I tell you guys is what I would do. All right, making 30 grand a year in New fucking York City is not that fucking very good. I couldn't afford to live nowhere but a basement. If I wanted to move into an apartment, I couldn't even fucking afford it. All right, guys. So just to fucking put that out there. So that's why I advocate. I wanted to make more money. All right, guys. All right, guys. That's what I got to say there. Remember what I said about how to learn something new. Actually fucking learn it. Don't try to remember it. Ask why. Get to the fucking root of the problem. When you actually learn it, you never have to worry about remembering it, guys. All right. Like the video, comment down below what you guys want to see next. Holla back.